So this is a request video from one of my patrons. He requested a Gunblade synergy video, but instead of treating him with just one, I decided to give 5 insane endgame tested combos that you can also try. But before we get into the video, be sure to give the video a like if you enjoy watching it, and subscribe if you want to see more informative content from us. Do check out the comment section also, to give your thoughts about the video, and you might as well want to check the pinned comment so you can enter some ongoing giveaways that we have been hosting for our community. Okay, now let's begin the video. First of all, the Gunblades that we will be using for some of the combos you'll see in this video are Redeemer Prime and Stropher. Sarpo is a strong weapon when paired with a strong frame. However, Redeemer Prime and Stropher are just stupidly powerful. No one can deny the fact that with the right mod setup, these things can delete enemies in seconds. For the builds, I usually go with either a heavy attack, or a fast attack build. Right now, the heavy attack has the usual damage and critical stat mods. Also, I use Corrupt Charge to somehow boost the damage on the first heavy attack, and I even go with Blood Rush to gain more decent crit on my Gunblade. However, I'm only doing this if I'm equipping Arcane Strike on my frame. If not, then I go with an attack speed mod for faster shooting. While most people go with Berserker, I go with Primed Fury on my heavy attack. It's just personal preference, but I like the fact that you get a constant fast attack on your Gunblade on every heavy attack. Lastly, I choose to equip elemental mods over dual status for more damage on the heavy attack. And this is just another personal preference, but I like to have Corrosive on my build usually since it gives out more damage because of the Primed Fever Strike mod. In other cases, like facing different faction, like Infested or Corpus, I just swap Shocking Touch with mods that form either Viral or Gas Element. Now here's my fast attack build for Redeemer Prime. It's not the same build as my fast attack Stropher since they have different stat values. I will show the Stropher build later, but let's focus on this mod setup first. So basically, this is a combination of critical and status. Condition Overload is very good for this mod setup since Sweeping Wounds will allow us to proc a status easy or at 12 times combo multiplier, which in return, will give out more bonus damage. Now like I've said, the build I have for Redeemer Prime and Stropher is not the same, especially in the fast attack version. Stropher's status chance is low compared to Redeemer Prime, and what I usually do with this Gunblade is to build it with pure crit and elemental. You may think that Stropher is weak because it doesn't have a decent status chance like Redeemer Prime, but I tell you this, once you try out this build in real mission, you'll be surprised on how insane the red crit of this Gunblade, and how fast it can take out high-level enemies. For the heavy attack build however, I'm using the same mod concept, and yes, most of the time, I'm using the High Noon stance since I always shoot bullets with Gunblades. You see, what I love about these weapons is it can shoot things from distance, and the best part is, it got infinite bullets. That is why I enjoy playing a Gunblade on this game. Okay, now that we are done with the mod setup for the two Gunblades, let us see the 5 insane combos that you must try it with these weapons. The first one is damage boosting combo with Chroma. This frame wielding a Gunblade is insanely good. The damage, especially the heavy attack, is solid that it can deal with a maximum of 600,000 to 800,000 red crit values per hit. The best part is, whether you are using the Redeemer Prime or Stropher, the damage will always be good and you won't worry about effectiveness in real missions since Chroma can also take care of himself by having tons of armor for survivability. The build for Chroma is pretty simple but could be quite demanding if you want a mean max build for this dragon. What I usually do is put all 3 Umbral mods, then couple it with high power strength, add the Rage mod for energy, then add both Primed Sure-Footed and Adaptation for more survivability, Adaptation for the damage reduction on a certain damage type, while Primed Sure-Footed to negate that pesky knockdown. The next combo is Zephyr with either Redeemer Prime and Stropher. Jetstream will make Gunblades efficient, especially the Stropher. The increase in projectile speed allows you to use these weapons like snipers. Well, not the same exact thing as snipers, but the increase range is very good. The tactical long-range combat becomes pretty solid with this type of combo. The setup for a sniper Gunblade combo is basically to give Zephyr a lot of power strength, which translates to not just more projectile speed, but also gives Zephyr the speed and agility to move fluidly. Also, duration is crucial for this mod setup to make Turbulence active for a very long time. I did add Anchored Glide on the Exilus mod slot since I don't like staying in the air. What I love doing with Zephyr is constantly moving around, and fast movement and dodging are crucial for my playstyle. Lastly, I did choose to give this build some range so that my turbulence ability will be wide enough to also protect my sentinel. Moving on, we got Ash with Struffer. Back in the days, I have shown you how powerful Ash can be with Redeemer Prime. The same concept can be applied with Stroffer, and in fact, this type of combo is also applicable to any frames that have invisibility. However, Ash got a little edge over other frames because of his Seeking Shuriken ability. The feature to strip all armor is what makes this combo solid, and since we can take away all enemy armor, you can replace your Struffer build with a viral elemental damage. Just replace Shocking Touch with Northwind and you are good to go. In terms of modding Ash, it's the usual max duration for his invisibility, and enough power strength for his Seeking Shuriken to have 100% armor stripping. You don't need to put umbral mods on your build as it's just a personal preference. I like to have lots of health values with my Ash right now, but it's not needed. You can put another duration mod on this slot if you want, or any mods that you deem useful. Anyway, you only need at least 143% power strength on your build to achieve that 100% armor stripping from this mod. The next one is pretty wicked, and it's the synergy between Mirage and the Struffer. With this combo, you can literally nuke a crowd with a few shots of your Struffer. The thing is, it seems like this frame's Hall of Mirror ability works well with Struffer's Shockwave feature. This clones somehow amplify the Shockwave, which lets you hit more enemies that are close together. Not to mention that Mirage does also have her Eclipse ability that also amplifies the damage of the Struffer. In most cases, wherein you have the damage buff, you will most likely one-shot a group of enemies when you are at the right range. However, this is one problem that this synergy will give you. The low range of Struffer's shots will task you to play mid to close range combat. It would be fine if you'll always have the damage reduction buff on your Eclipse, but the reality is, this buff will vary depending on the lighting in a certain area. This combo is honestly a glass cannon, and if you want to use it in real mission, then I advise you to always keep your Hall of Mirrors active, and move around to dodge damage. If somehow we can get Nova's Null Star ability on Mirage after the Helminth system, then this will be a heck of a combo. This is my current mod setup for Mirage with this combo. It's a duration and power strength build, and I did add this mod in preparation for the Helminth system. It works well with Nova's Null Star, and I'm crossing my fingers that I can add that ability to this frame. If you somehow want to increase the duration of both Hall of Mirrors and Eclipse, then you can go for Streamline instead of Fleeting Expertise. The last combo for Gunblades is my favorite, and I usually use this right now with Stroffer. It's my boy Nidus. The thing about Nidus is he got everything to make you feel good while using a Gunblade, and that is why I saved him for last. Any frame that can group enemies can do this combo, since Stroffer has innate punch through in every shot. However, Nidus is no doubt the best since he got survivability, which allows you to move around at will without being scared of getting one-shot by high-level enemies. For this combo, I'm using an insatiable build for Nidus. Max power strength with lots of range is always my go-to build for this synergy. When it comes to aura, I use Steel Charge to somehow give my Struffer another damage boost. Now I suggest that you try the fast attack mod setup that I have shown for my Struffer with this Nidus combo. When you group enemies with your lava, you can build up your combo counter fast that it will allow you to constantly use heavy attacks at the same time. The idea is, group enemies, shoot and build up combo, then heavy attack, rinse and repeat. So that's all about it. I hope that you enjoyed these Gunblade combo, and let me know in the comment section on what synergies you like using with these types of weapons. If you want to see other weapon synergies in the future like this video, then please do comment it below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.